guess the last 2 weeks you must be really happy with the professionalism of the guys, and games you're favourites to win, but they've just gone out and they've got the job done really professionally.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a pretty tough run of games before that, as far as the ladder goes. A lot of some travels, and then to come up today against a side who, on paper should beat, can be a different challenge for a young group. And I thought the players were really good at being diligent, and it was a bit of an arm wrestle early, and we're just able to slowly get ahead. And it wasn't all in our own terms, but credit to the players, they handled the challenge well.
What kind of damage do you think you can do it for the way you're playing at the moment? I think the young fellas just seem to have that just confidence. I think they're a little bit bulletproof, and we'll take every challenge with that. I guess the fun nature that they have that they've used all year.
Yeah, it's a great. I think it's taken so many people being so consistent for so long to get to this point. So we see the players' joy and the way they play together and support each other. I thought the selflessness today, there's a handball to other players in the goal square or squaring up to players for better shots on goal. I think those things are the manifestations of the nature of the way that they go about it, and that's just the players. I think if you look at whether it's the support staff, the coaches, the people around that have created the environment for them to thrive. I think, even if you look at our fans, I've been wrapped, even at the start of the year, we were zipping 5, but whenever we had a home game, I always felt like the fans were there and they were on the journey with us, and they were supportive and they knew what we were doing, and so we always felt like we had the backing of, a pretty big membership base. And I think when all of that started to turn, the feeling of belief started to grow really quickly, much quicker than it would have otherwise. And I think the players have really thrived off that, and now you're seeing it on the field. And we get a couple of days now probably to reflect, look backwards, which is pretty rare in season. I've never been a fan of the bye before the finals, but I understand it now, because having a couple of days to look backwards and appreciate the journey that we've had so far will actually be quite good, and then being able to look forward about the next challenge, and the challenge only gets bigger. We'll work out tomorrow afternoon who we play and where and when, and start to plan for that. But for the next 24 hours, we get to reflect and look backwards and be pretty proud of what we've achieved as a club to get to this point at this stage.
Was there a moment where you really felt it was turning? Like for me, it felt like maybe the Bulldogs game where the guys had a really good game there, and thought maybe we can compare against these best teams, and just sort of seemed a great election around that period.
I think there's never been one moment. This sounds funny thing to say, but when we were zipping 5, I didn't think, some of those games, I know we gave away a 5 or 6 goal start to Collingwood, and we nearly ran them down. So we played some good footy. We played against Geelong, and we were within a kick in the third quarter. So even though we were zipping 5, it didn't feel like we were that far away. As far away as if you had have said that we were going to be here now, ready to play finals footy, that would have been perhaps a stretch. But I think when you get belief in a group and you're so consistent with how you go about things, I think the players deserve an enormous amount of credit for what they've put out on the field, and so consistently. But the consistency of the support of the staff, like right now out on the Oval, we've got 2 of our fitness staff running pretty hard with the emergencies to make sure they're going to be ready. So it's raining out there, and they're out there working hard as I walked over to the press conference. So I look at that and I think, well, we're in a position where everyone is on the same page, working towards the same thing, and time will tell how far that'll take us.
I guess the last few clubs.
So you've been around footy for a while. What does it mean to carry this sort of momentum into the finals?
I'm not sure. I don't think there was the bye back when I was playing, and I haven't been here before, obviously, as a coach. So it's a bit of an unknown, and that's exciting in itself. I'm excited for what the next 3 or 4 days looks like, and trying to work out what the plan is, and then going about trying to execute that plan and make sure we're well prepared for whoever we play. So it'll be a short time of reflection, and then really diligent planning to make sure that we're as well prepared as we possibly can be to give September everything we have.
It's going, I guess, almost been playing a final for 5 or 6 weeks, and we probably haven't been to every game. Does that almost make you just battle hard and ready for that finals, given you basically played finals through already?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the story will be told afterwards. You know, if we don't play well, they'll say, oh yeah, well they'd already played finals for 5 or 6 weeks. And if we do play well, they'll say, yeah, gee, they were well prepared by it. So no one has an answer now, which means there isn't really one. We've played some really tough games of footy. We've known for 6 weeks probably that we could maybe afford to lose one game, and we did lose that one game, and some other results went our way, which puts us in a position where we were in control of our own destiny in the last couple of games, which we've taken care of, and now we get that chance. So I think the consistency of the playing group has been really strong. I think we've played pretty consistent footy over the last couple of months, but one bad quarter finishes our season, and it'll be the same for, unless they obviously for the first week, a couple of teams will have the second chance, but we're going to have to be consistent for another 4 games if we want to get all the way there. But winning finals is tough to do, and we've given ourselves a chance, which is all you can ask for.
Like you say, 0-5 would have been probably fanciful to be here today, but how often have you had to change your sort of your ceiling for this group? And like you say, you win 4 games, you go all the way. Is that sort of something that you just sort of, anything's a possibility and you just keep going until it ends?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the way since I've started, I've said we've got really clear with the strategy and how we want to go about it and what we wanted to achieve. We knew we want to be a team that built a game style that would stand up in finals footy. That was the plan. And now we're in finals footy, and the time will tell and the test will come where the way we play stands up. But it has been designed that way, so I'm confident that it will. But the great challenge for us now is what's the ceiling? We've never put one on. We always have said, while we've been building towards these moments, that there's no speed limit on how quickly we wanted to achieve the things we wanted to achieve. And I think Hawthorn is a club that has had success consistently over a long period of time, 60 or 70 years now, with consistent being a competitor. And so the challenge for us is, can we continue the role and continue to improve? Because obviously the teams you're playing against are getting better and better.
You feel like you say, it's designed to hold up in finals. It feels like it will hold up in finals with the pressure you guys have got and just being able to play in the wet, play in use your own game when it's dry. It just feels like it is set up to handle that extra intensity in finals, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you strip back AFL footy, it's a simple enough game. Winning your contest, being able to keep it in your front half, those types of things, being able to move the ball and take pressure off yourself, apply pressure to the opposition. If you go to the basics of the game, they seem to come to the fore more in finals. In general, slightly less scoring, more pressure, less free kicks. Don't know if those stats are actually true. It just feels like that, and so we need to make sure we're ready for those moments, and there'll be some discussion about how we need to play, and how, depending on who it is and where it is and all those things over the coming days. But at the moment, it's a bit of a we've got here.
How important is that week though, just for some of the younger fellas, just to take stock and celebrate what you've done, take time to celebrate what you've done, but also I guess just have that week off where the pressure's not on to win a game and they can just de-stress for a week and then recharge and go again?
I actually have no idea. There's a part of me that wished we played straight away, because that's the nature of how we have been playing for the last 10 games. So, but there's another part of me that there's 3 or 4 guys who will really benefit from having a week off. So obviously Will Day will be one of those, but we had a couple of other banged up players like every other team in the competition right now. And it's a pretty exciting time. I think, the fans who have come on the journey with us and have supported us through this, my understanding is, I haven't done all of the machinations of it, but I think we'll be playing an MCG final. So to the 80+ thousand Hawthorn members, we're going to get an MCG home ground final really. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting couple of weeks ahead.
Is it far too late? It's far too early. Sorry to know what will happen with Will, and he's just still just way too far out from the game today.
Yeah, no insights. Sorry.
Obviously today marked the end of Liam Shield's career, mate, obviously. How fitting was it that you were able to share that moment with him and Hawthorn in general as well?
Yeah, I mean, Liam Shields is a great teammate, premiership teammate of mine, but also for Luke Bruce and Jack Gunston. Spent a lot of time with him over the journey, really good social friends as well. So it was nice for him to be able to finish that way, and he's had a great career, and I think it's very difficult to go out in a way that's romantic. I'm glad that he didn't get the win, obviously, but I was pleased that he was able to go out in a way surrounded by teammates that loved him.
Let's take one more. Go on.
Just on passion, was that a culture impact?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we had a bit of a lead at that stage, and we wanted to we're talking about trying to get Luke Bruce to a bit of game time because he obviously played quite a bit last week, and if we could keep him going, that would be helpful for him. So we wanted to pull the sub reasonably quickly. I think Nashi got a corky and he wasn't moving around too well, so we thought, if we can get him out of the game, he's obviously a pretty important player for us. So once we got him out of the game, then that meant we could bring Luke Bruce back in. So I think out of the game, there's not any injuries at this stage, so it should be hopefully a pretty fit squad going into the finals.